So a writer decides it's time to write, to do something great, to at least get an idea. And he sits down at the keyboard or picks up his favorite pen and paper and he sits there. He needs an idea, but not just any idea. He wants something excellent, some sort of idea that will really grab his audience. So he sits there staring at the blank screen or the blank page. And he sits, waiting for this phenomenal idea to drop down from wherever or pop into his brain. Do ideas ever drop down on us like boulders or pop in like mail through a chute? Not usually, but sometimes maybe. One day I was sorting through mail actually, and the TV was on, and I heard the word hammer. An ordinary word, hammer, a tool actually, handle on one end, head on the other, an ordinary tool used for striking, but the word rattled around in my brain. I liked it. What's the idea there? Not a new word, so what's up with it? Maybe some other meanings for hammer. You see, the majority of ideas are just sitting there like the writer, sitting, waiting, like the hammer, waiting for the right moment when the right sparks come together to make a great story, or even a fairly good story. So the writer stares at the blank page, grinding away on his own thoughts, hammering at a single spark. What is it then that makes a great story, a great stage play, screenplay? If the answer were simple, we wouldn't have any unsold manuscripts, would we? We'd have no Rotten Tomato movies, no empty theaters. There's no formula for success, but there are themes. A man seduces a woman. What's new about that? What's exciting about it? Intriguing enough to make us plunk down money to see what happens. Not much, really. Yet, plenty have done so since the 1600s when Don Juan became a literary presence. His escapades have been chronicled by Byron, Molière, Pushkin, Baudelaire. Mozart in 1787 wrote the enduring opera Don Giovanni. And then in 1995, Jeremy Levin, screenwriter, picked up the idea and created the hit movie Don Juan DeMarco, with, of course, Johnny Depp starring. So the idea of seduction endures. And the writer, our writer, he sits there expanding on this idea of seduction. And he thinks, how about a middle-aged man in an unhappy marriage imagines himself seducing a young woman? Then he thinks, yeah, boiled down to its essence, that idea is about as exciting as cold cabbage. I mean, what man hasn't imagined himself seducing a younger woman? But in the hands of screenwriter Alan Ball, along with a fine director, actors, special effects, it became the Oscar award-winning film American Beauty. The fact that writers are forever defining new ways to tell great stories is a tribute to the process. In the hand of one writer, the idea of seduction becomes pornographic trash. In another's hands, it's thought-provoking and poignant. The magic, then, is not in the idea, but it's in the telling. It's about digging deep and finding the good stuff you want to write about. It's about transferring that raw material to the page in a manner that makes your audience perk up and pay attention. Sure, there are guidelines for structure and style, and I'll talk about that later. But primarily, good creative writing is about persistence. It's about ooching the words out from wherever they're hiding in there. Maybe just a simple word like hammer. The only real tools we have, and fortunately the only real tools we need, are the imagination every one of us was born with, and words.